We are alive. What's up, party people? Let us have it. Let us go at it. And let us check out some Marvel Rivals. The point of the stream today is checking out your games. So we are trying to review what you're up to, what you're doing in your games, and talk about what you could be doing a little bit better. Currently, I don't see any IDs to share. So if you got a replay ID that you want to take a look at, a game where you felt like you didn't do as well as you could have, or you're not really sure what happened or where the game went, or you just want to look at a game where you're doing okay and talk about things that you could do a little bit better, all of those are options here in the stream. We're going to just pop in a little message there. Share your replay ID to get a review. Ciao. In that. Do it over here. Do. Gotta do this all over the place. Probably should have done that in the setup. You know where the ID is. You go up to your spot here, you go to your history, you find the match that you want to look at, and then the replay ID is in the bottom right corner. We are just spinning up while we wait for some replay IDs. Let's just hop in a Annihilation match. What is going on? My sound. I can't hear. I can't hear. Do I have my master volume off for some reason? No. Testing, testing. What's going on here? Strange. Strange. Getting back into Thor and did good. Just need to know what to do better. All right, we can check out your game. Where is my sound? Nothing? Nothing? Do I have other sounds? Got nothing. I got nothing. Something's going on with our headset here. Come on, Zesty, you know better than to start without fully making sure everything's working. What is happening? Why is it happening? Can you guys hear the sounds? Are you able to hear the game? It looks like yes. It looks like yes. For some reason, I can't. Professional streamer over here. Professional streamer. All right, you got a replay ID. Getting back into Thor. Did good. Just need to know what to do better. Over here. Get into it. Get into it. Get it happening. Really wish I could figure out why I can't hear anything. All right, rebooting this. There we go. There we go. All right, so Thor. What do we got going on with Thor? Thor is a brawling style tank that is about applying pressure to the enemy team and disrupting their efforts to be able to get a little bit better position for the rest of your team. You can't really tank frontline-y stuff. You're doing damage and processing disruption to the enemy team. Good interrupt onto Angela, shutting down her dive, put down the field, beat her and clobber her down a little bit, chase her off. Don't go in there, that's too dangerous. Good, smart. You almost caught him. Some good things that we're seeing here. You're doing the attempt to grab people with your dash, shutting down flyers, just clobbering away at healers here. All really good. At the same time, your team is doing solid. Your team's doing solid through all of this. So in general, lots of really good things happened here for the whole dealio. Let's see. A little bit further back. And now I lost sound? What's going on? Why? Huh.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
Stream Deck, or my wave. All right, so yes. If we go to the start of all that nonsense and kind of look at what everything going on in the match is happening. So Magneto's isolated himself out from his team. He's not in a position to really help anybody. Their healers are trying to... they got triple heal? They got triple heal. No, that's the Scarlet. So yeah, no healers are watching Magneto. You've chunked down Angela, and she's in a terrible position here. There's very little reason for her to be this far up front and alone like this. Not really great positioning for her. You are able to jump up and start clobbering onto her, getting damage out onto her. Your healers are in trouble here, and you're not paying attention to them, and Venom's not paying attention to them, so your Cloak and Dagger here is in a pickle, and nobody really has realized that they're in trouble. There's absolutely no attention actually going over to Cloak and Dagger. This missed. But Scarlet and Magneto come in and absolutely destroy your rocket. Your healer back here now has attention from Venom. Venom should be able to protect her as you guys clobber down and take out both of their healers. That ends up to be a pretty easy cleanup here, most likely. Clean up Scarlet. You beat down Magneto.
They captured the mission area.
Where are you at? You're on this team. No, you're on the other team. You're on the other team. There you go. There we go. So, yeah, you did a pretty good job of proper target identification, shutting down the flyer, which is a big role of Thor to perform. You're trying to snatch people. You got to work on it a little bit. Most of your snatches aren't successful, but that's kind of the case when you're fighting people your own rank. You're going to run into that a lot. They kill your Panther. That's just the things that are going to happen when you have a Panther. Good capture. Good damage. You're getting pretty good at the snap reaction time to things. You're turning and reacting to things quite a bit faster than you were in our past review on your content here, or your plays. You keep going for Star-Lord. He's not quite the right target for the capture because of how easy it is for him to escape, and we kind of saw that there, him getting away from it. Good God of Thunder. Take down a healer. Go right onto that Star-Lord now. You keep thinking that you got him and then didn't. Guy's totally isolated alone. From this point, I think their enemy team has decided to go solo tank. Based off what I just saw there? Yeah, they did. Okay. So they're frustrated, and somebody's thinking that it was because I have to tank. You were shutting down Angela really well, and so they went into the damage side. Good focus on terrible placement of the thing. Oh, you didn't get it, though. They got the res, getting you in a little bit of trouble. Good disengage. You identified the situation was really dangerous, and you got out of it. Now you're trying to figure out how to take advantage of your ultimate here. He had a good reaction to the sound of your spin up. Take him down pretty easily. Shredded by Star-Lord. Legendary comes out, but you got a amplifier. You could be trying to fly up and defly Star-Lord there, and that's probably what I would say you should do a little bit better here. You're able to make it so that his ultimate is way less effective as Thor if you can get onto him. Because you had the amplifier, you should have had the survivability to be able to play out in the open a little bit. Let's see how this all goes down. So the amplifier comes out over here. Star-Lord's up here ulting. If you dashed up here and put up a bubble, he would then be stuck in the bubble's extends, making it a lot harder for him to lock down people. Or if he left the bubble, he would fall to the ground, making it really easy to kill him. He's only able to get one off, I think, because of the amp. And it gets rezzed by Rocket, so it ends up being pretty okay. Their healing ult comes out over here, and you should go into disruption mode, just trying to keep people off of your team. You're not going to kill anybody into that ultimate. You don't have any capabilities of killing people in a Luna ult. Do you time that right? You do not. So you ulted for no reason here. You need to ult later in this kind of engagement. So again, there's very little that you can do here. You're not going to be able to kill anyone in the area. They have their amplifier up, so they're getting bonus HP. They've got their Luna. This ult was just terrible. If you had held this ultimate until these healing things went away and then played into it, it would have gone a lot better. You lose Rocket here because nobody went on the protection side to go and protect your strategist. So again, like, you ulted here into a healing ultimate while you could have gone in disruption mode. You hit him once, and you were on the right track here. You should have stayed on him. You instead went over here. You ignore this threat onto your team. The amplifier comes in. He's able to shred Rocket. Invis also does a really weird thing. I think she's too focused on you and loses track of Rocket here as well. And this guy's just standing still. He should have died, definitely. Never Miss comes in. You now need to break line of sight and protect yourself from that. How do you handle it? You're not really sure where it is, and you get yourself lost out in that. And now you're getting chunked a little bit by it, but your team's doing okay. You identify that you need to be backing away. The rest of your team doesn't identify the situation correctly. You're trying to use your dashes to escape Star-Lord. Star-Lord's really good at chasing. You get back to your Rocket at critical HP levels, but you do survive. Oh, so you thought that was your ramp, even though your ramp had just happened. So, just lost track of the voice cues, vocal cues.
More bad guys.
Waiting for your team to respawn, grab yourself some beacons. You're looking for a jump beacon for some reason?
Invisible?
That's fine. It's good to get jump beacons. Makes you unpredictable.
Shields up!
Good shields up to enter. It should have come a little bit later when you guys had taken some damage. She did a little bit too early there.
Throw like a girl.
Good lightning confinement, then disengage, break line of sight.
So cold.
Use that jump to get away, break line of sight. Hope your healers can get some focus on you, dash back to them. Very good. I like a lot of what I'm seeing here. You're doing a lot of good things. Oh, you almost shut that down. You did. Nice. He panic used that. I don't know why he would ult there, but you handled it very well. Good reaction, good speed.
The spirit of the city just...
You're playing too far back here. The rest of your team was in front of Venom, and you were perfectly healthy enough to deal with it. So you got Venom back. He pushes away. Then your entire team is in front of you. You went Lightning's Hand and backed away. You're not up distracting all of this damage from your team. You're playing around a line of sight here and just not playing with the team.
City just...
So you lose Venom. I like that you keep using that platform. You're doing a good job of hitting it while you're going about to gain sudden movement. That was just getting rocked by Hawkeye and Invisible Woman there. Pretty good. I like it. Switch over to Strange to get a portal. Oh, what you were doing with that portal there.
Here
All
is
right.
almost yours!
Portal into the back.
I am ready to put on a show.
Shot whipping. Don't put your shield up when your blue is there. He's gonna be able to hit it. Swap time comes out. When they get to you, they do. Nice.
Disappear.
They stacked up healing ultimates a little early again. I don't think that anybody was in danger of dying. That made it so that their ult isn't up now. When your damage output is out, you're able to get one healer. Block that Hawkeye's damage output. With his rate of fire, if you do it right, you could have handled that where you block his shot and then auto, and then block his shot and then auto. You stood there just blocking. As soon as he does his first shot, you could begin that weave because your timing for that is the same as his reload time. So you could have gotten a little bit of damage off there. I don't think you would have won it. You took too much damage from that headshot there. So you get to a sliver of health, but you bring up your shield, turn to him. You could have... He shoots you, you auto. He shoots you, you auto. Then you tried to unleash and then shoot when now was the wrong time. Now you want to bring up your shield because he gets that last shot off on you and takes you down. Let's see. Go over to Cap for the fast re-entry. Cap's a great option if you are in a tight moment with your team. This allows you to run back into the game and get back on point quickly.
That's the boost I needed.
Legendary.
Here come the bad guys.
Sorry, soldier.
Just stalling. You need to be getting a little bit more damage off while you're stalling here to try and get some ult charge. And you jump too high and give them the point. But that wasn't your fault. Like that, you were just trying to survive. I wouldn't take that too hard. Where are you? There you are. Now you're on Rogue. You're all over the place. Your Thor play in the start was pretty solid.
Well, that's better.
There's a lot of good stuff. There was just a little bit of remembering that you're a tank and not a damage dealer. And to be spending a little bit more time actually tanking.
Looks like the mission area is yours.
Your strange portal location wasn't the best. Also, that was terrible.
Well, that's better.
So you did good aggression there. You should have stopped here and backed away. Venom is going to get out. You go in, Venom gets out, and now you're alone here with the entire enemy team. You know, there's not a single soul to protect you. And there's 4 enemies in range of you. You just get rolled. Rough. Yeah, so if we talk about back here... Oh, that was a little bit too far. Where was your killing them on stage? There we go.
Us against the world. Better watch your back.
Close, close. That's the portal actually opening. Let's see. Oh, a little further back. Too far back? Okay. Portal.
I'm opening a portal.
Portal. So, I'm not sure. Can we see? They're at 80. So, you panicking a little bit here. You had lots of time to be able to work with to get a good portal placement.
Glory is almost yours.
And that placement is not good. The reason this placement is not good, first off, you're putting it right beside that pillar. Yeah. So you put it right here beside the pillar. That's going to cause line of sight issues coming out of the portal. You're opening it up facing right into the entire enemy team, where this is, you're at a stall point. You have a dead teammate that wasn't on point, or a dying teammate that wasn't on point. A couple of people nowhere near where you're going to be able to put down your portal. So you want to put your portal facing away from the enemy team so that your people can come out and use it as line of sight. So if you placed it facing that way, and then your guys can come out, use it as line of sight, poke around it, and if they get in trouble, jump back through it. The way you placed it facing them this way If anybody gets in trouble, if they jump back through it, they're still going to die. This pillar gets in the way, and there's a couple of issues there. So it's a little bit less in the portal than I thought. But yeah, your team is basically just having to jump out of the thing right into the enemies. They pop their ultimate. They popped both ultimates. If you guys had managed to do this well, you probably would have won that. But because you kind of went after... You went after Hawkeye here while you had a healer that came through the portal with you. So Punisher dies, your portal opens, you jump out, both your healer and your Moon Knight are in front of you, and you immediately turn and just be like, I have to stop Hawkeye, instead of thinking about tanking. You're still thinking too much about being a damage dealer and not enough about who are you protecting and why. Distracting Hawkeye is great. Your portal already kind of blocked him off from the dangerous situation. Your focus should have been on how can I keep Invisible Woman alive long enough, especially since she has her ultimate. Or she almost has her ultimate, 72%. So you want to try and keep her alive. You instead get yourself chunked down and then get scared, and you just stand here with your shield up. Your team's in so much trouble here, and you're not able to protect them at all, and they're not able to help you, right? No healing going on you. If you had been in this area, you'd be much better off. She tries to save Moon Knight, but she also missteps here. So, like, the healing ultimate is going on. She tries to go over to safety over here, which is where Venom is at. Then she comes back and tries to help Moon Knight. I don't know what she's really thinking here. Like, if you look at her healing, it doesn't really make sense. And then she just gets herself perfectly lined up here just for so much damage to come onto her. And she gets chunked out. Big shot from Hawkeye. Yeah, if she went over here, she would have been better off. Yes, Against the World comes in. This is where they managed to save you while you were in danger. Now, their healing ultimate ends. You have a healing ultimate. Your Invisible Woman is almost at hers. If you could have kept her alive a little bit longer, it would have helped. Their third healing ultimate comes out because they do have 3. So that shuts down your Cloak and Daggers, or matches your Cloak and Daggers. You're flying away. You've got a healer in danger. Your other tank is also not protecting them, so nobody's protecting the healer. You went into, like, self-protection mode, so too much of that going on. A couple of times now we're seeing you're not thinking about protecting your strategist. The tank's job is to make sure that your team isn't dying, and you're just a little bit too focused on just dealing damage. So that's what I saw there. Now, you're still dead. I think you're still... You are. So your team got the mission area here. Amplifier goes down. You are back on Thor. Let's see how your rollout goes to get back into the action here. Why can't I find... There you are. Okay, so you lost Invisible Woman, you lost Panther, and you lost the other 2. And now you're going to spin in? Terrible. You're not tracking the game state. It's now 1v6. You just spun yourself into a 1v6 for no reason, and you're just going to die here. Ooh. A quick escape and usage of the map terrain to do stuff, but does this just stagger you? Or do you get away?
I am barely wounded.
You manage to get away, but your positioning and trying to save you gets Invisible Woman killed. So you never should have gotten into that fight in the first place. Then you staggered your mindset between both offense and getting away. So like here, you pop that thing, now you should be escaping. Moon Knight is coming in to try and support you. You didn't pay attention to that and you abandoned him. He shouldn't be here. This is a bad spot. You're now fighting Venom here for some reason, but your team's still all dead. You were on the right track of escaping, and if you escaped successfully, you would have joined up with your team and had been able to play. But instead, you going in too late caused Moon Knight to try and come in and support you. Then Moon Knight's now isolated here alone. He should be taken out pretty easily there. You fight this Venom instead of escaping. Because your health got low, Invisible Woman tries to come up and support you. She's now in the line of fire and dies. Now you're down 2 teammates again, and it's a 4v6. So now you have to wait way, way longer than you would have if you just never gone into that fight, or if you just escaped right off the bat rather than staying. You still have a healer in base, but you're now thinking about going in. Venom charges in. You charge in. Venom ults, and you manage to take out a healer. That's nice. You still have a healer gone, and you're about to lose your damage dealer here. There's no support here for either of your duelists. Invisible Woman tries to get up and support there. Does manage to. The healer that you killed gets revived. So now, again, you're at a disadvantage. You guys are constantly at a disadvantage here. God of Thunder on top of another healer, managed to take them down. You're really low HP. You don't know where your healers are at. So, and because one of your healers is so far, you get really low and panicky here, and you get taken down.
I am ready to put on a show.
This show is a good stall. Is it not a great stall show, but it is stalling you out because they control the point. And now their Venom can get a lot of damage on, and they force you to ultimate as well. So now your ult also kind of gets wasted here. If you guys could have managed to survive without disappearing there, and you definitely should have been, like, this disappear is terrible. Like, okay, so there is literally just Venom and Luna. Venom is not going to be able to kill your team here. You've got both your healers and your Venom here. Nobody would have died. Terrible disappear. Terrible disappear.
Keep going.
Yeah, they could have just patty caked through that effortlessly. Nothing would have happened. And now you would have a healer ultimate now to be able to help out. You're also doing weird things throughout this entire thing, I think. Was that you? Maybe it was somebody else. Somebody was strange. Oh no, it wasn't. Moon Knight was trying to 1v1. Moon Knight trying to 1v1 Hawkeye here. Hawkeye should win that almost every time. Unless Moon Knight gets the drop on Hawkeye, Hawkeye's going to win the 1v1. You are back and trying to get in. Your team is stalling, but still hasn't managed to get control of the point. A kill on Venom is really big there. Both your healers are in trouble. They need to patty cake and help each other. Legendary comes in, but so does Hell Unleashed. Can she find him? She has not got track of him, but she did manage to kill the Invisible Woman and end the ultimate there. Rain in the damage. Complete waste of Legendary. Get that. Good disengage. Get control of the point. It's been a while. Been a while. TikTok died for some reason. All right. So we're disengaging. He's trying to get a good vantage point. You're getting some good Hela shots off on their team. You've managed to find Venom and go and try and deal with him, but he has way better mobility than you. Now you're isolated out here, and he's managed to go into the team. Your Venom responds nicely. You come in, but you're a little bit too... No, you do a good job. For a moment there, you were a little bit too focused on the Venom when you came back in. You tried to shut him down. He got up there. You got yourself stuck a little bit. He goes in, your Venom goes in and disrupts him. This was a really dangerous spot to go through because you know the entire enemy team is going to be pouring through that point. You started to go pretty ham on Venom, but then you had that moment of realization, it looks like, to be like, oh, the enemy team is going to be coming from over here. You turn around and you just get some disruption. A lot of what your job is to disrupt these guys. Doing okay there. Nobody's doing anything about this Venom. Your Venom gets a healer kill. You guys are going ham, but you're not paying attention to point, and the enemy tank is on it. It doesn't get controlled, though. That's good. And he goes down. Nice. Nice. Hi, XD Goggles. Thanks for the follow. There. So just waiting for them to come around the corner. Everything is gravy. Go up because you've noticed that they are up here. How do you handle this? How do we handle this?
They've almost got it.
Just light disruption, but identifying that there's a lot of dangers. Get yourself out. Never miss comes up. You close the door, which is nice. You don't know where he's at, though. He's managed to get over here. He's hitting your clones. Good push in. And take down. Nice.
Let's keep fighting until we have a winner.
Lost Venom, but I think you guys have this pretty handily. Pretty handily.
I am ready to put on a show.
All ready to put on a show. So they're going to stall out a little bit here, but they don't have any juice. They had 2 healers. They blew a... This is firepower. Real firepower there. Brutal for their team to have lost that ultimate going into the next round.
Double KO.
Yeah, all I've seen, you're starting to get your grasp on Thor. You need to maximize your damage output a little bit better, but you're doing pretty solid. There was a couple of times there where you thought you got the kill and you abandoned a attack on somebody and they got away. That's an ultimate that you can shut down, but you don't seem to have the confidence to shut it down. If you find it, you can dash up to it and then pop your bubble. Kind of tried to do that there. I don't know why you used your power growth, your bubble there. Managed to work out, but this is actually a pretty hard duelist lineup to have gone into on Thor with the Hawkeye and Star-Lord. They both have a pretty easy time of dealing with Thor, so surviving and using your terrain throughout all of this has been really good. Both your tanks just abandoned your team to chase that Venom there. That could have been really dangerous.
My power grows.
And might still be. They went to Spider-Man. Good push.
Never miss.
They got that ultimate again. You're now down 2 people.
Their team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
This is a good way to stall. You're using your dash to make yourself hard to predict, as well as gaining bonus health to get a little bit more time on point. But that time on point doesn't help as much as making sure that you're back with your team. So now you're so staggered. So you delayed time, but I don't think the delay on time was that worthwhile. If just dying here probably helped your team more, because you would have been able to get back. You were going to lose this point no matter what. Your team wasn't going to be able to get advantage there. And then you just want to be able to turn it around. It's sad to look at the views. Keep it up, bud. Whoa. A lot of people don't understand the amount of time it takes to get these things going. How's your day going? My day is going great. How is your day, Goggles? Yeah, so now you're very staggered. You're way behind your team. This guy goes in for no reason. That's going to get you in trouble. You're going to now be even more staggered. Yep, down a person. What is Moon Knight doing? He's trying to ult, and he just dies. That's awful. Awful. Hey there. Latoya Official. You're probably going to offer me some kind of services I don't want. Big Heaven Falls comes in, but she gets wiped out. Ooh. Her health got really low, but she survived and broke away. You got a kill there on Luna, who was way out of position. Us Against the World comes in. Man, she should have died. She should have died. Cool cleanup. Venom's doing a lot of stall there, but again, that just a lot of people have that mentality of like, oh man, we gotta maintain control. I gotta live as long as I can. And as you get to the higher ranks, you're gonna notice that that's not the correct decision to make most of the time. The only time you want to stall like that is in critical moments, or if your team is about to be back. If you got a decent amount of respawn and players are coming up, you can do a delay like this. But he delayed super long, just dying so much later than his team, and then he's gonna get staggered. Spider-Man also dead now. Dying earlier and getting your team back together is almost always going to be a better option than trying to stall for a couple of percent, unless you're at critical moments again in the game. Overtime moments and things like that are the only times where you really want to do that long stall. You know if a portal is coming or something like that. Big Spider-Man comes in, but it was onto the Cloak and Dagger ultimate, so it didn't do anything for their team. They lose Spider-Man.
To put on a show.
There's a Luna ult. There's nothing you can do at this point about that. You control the point, but you're going to lose too much resources here, having stayed through that healer ultimate that you didn't have a match for. You guys weren't even close to getting a healer ultimate, so as soon as that Luna ult came out, we probably should have just had to disengage instead.
They've almost got it.
Behold the god of thunder!
So you get Spidey there, which is good. Luna ult comes in. You guys have no answer to it. You have no one-shot potential to be able to kill her. You even just use your ultimate, so it's not like there's a damage amp plus ult combo that could possibly kill her. So this is like a give up the point. You're at 88%. They're at 40. You could break off, heal up, and then get back in. You guys stay in the action. Lots of people get damaged out. There's a little bit of a disengage, which is the right choice, but people keep engaging harder. You lose Cloak and Dagger. Lose everyone.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
And now you're into one more respawn. Spidey gets a good pick on Squirrel Girl early on there. So you guys kill Venom, which is huge. That's massive. You just get Luna there, and then you should take out... Yeah, so now it's a win. Now it's a win. What character you play and what rank are you? Mostly I end up playing Magneto. I'm forced to solo tank a lot. Peak rank right now was Grandmaster, but I think I'm in Diamond 1 right now.
Fighting until we have a winner.
The moon haunts
Drops
you.
to the moon. All right. And there's the win. All right. So a little bit of stuff. Die more often. Don't stall so long. Instead, respawn with your team more often. It's better. You only want to do that long stall if you're going to have a portal play or if you're in critical moments. Focus on a little bit more on making sure you know where your strategists are at and that they are safe. As much as it's nice to charge into the enemy team and crush them like you are very focused on doing here, you're letting your backline fall just as often as you're killing the enemy backline. Yeah. Pretty good, pretty good. Like your 20 final hits, you carried that team pretty solidly. Pretty solidly. Happy New Year to you, Latoya. What characters do you play? Goggles? Yeah, I figured. No, I don't want your services. You give me another game. But nobody else is submitting some, so why not? Why not? So this is a Widow game. Widow game. Was this somebody else? Was this Louis? I don't see your account here. You sure that was the right ID? I do not see a Widow, nor do I see your name. I think you got me the wrong replay ID. Oh, there's a Widow. But that's not what you said. New to Widow did good and started the game as Wolf for a bit, then went Strange. I don't see that. Don't see that in this replay ID. Huh, why not? What was this? Why was I playing? Oh, that was when I was playing with Azure. Like, why am I playing a random game there? Let's take a look. It's always good to be self-reflective. What's your favorite food? Oh, that's a good question. Who do you play? Do you play this game, Goggles? If you do, what is your rank? My favorite food... I'm usually happiest after having a nice sushi dinner or a very, very nice steak. Very, very nice steak.
The battle starts in 5.
All right. So let's talk about this. This is my game. This is me
2,
playing.
1.
What just happened? Hello. Marvel Rivals just like had a little heart attack there. Okay. Okay. I think my computer might need to restart. I think I just lost sound again. I did. Or something going on with my wavelength, and a restart might help. Stop getting in my way. Okay. So we're playing our thing here as an opening into thing. It's a little bit questionable of a choice for some people. Thing has a lot of counters and is more so of a reactionary tank than a offensive style or like a default tank, usually. But I've been finding Thing has really good answers to a lot of things going on in the game, especially a lot of medic picks. That's kind of what I'm trying to do with Thing here. So, how is the start of this fight going? We got Loki Lamps way too early. Loki Lamps should never be used this early in a fight. They are a critical savior. We got a Rocket way in the back there. Rocket Loki isn't the strongest healing combo, but we're going into Rocket Cloak, which is similar. They provide the same role, and we're not really...
Found my weak spot.
there. Then he got nerfed so hard that he wasn't really playable. Jumped back to Loki a couple of times recently. Yeah, I come around here, jump in, and just trying to put vulnerable and disruption onto their cloak and dagger here. At the start of the fight, I'm hoping to be able to get just a chunk of damage in on them or force them to give up their position.
Have they found my weak spot?
They're able to shadow cloak and leave. This guy goes really deep. But he's not getting answered, right? They're not turning around to deal with him. Namor should be reacting to help. Somebody should be reacting. It makes a lot of noise, Star-Lord, in this situation. So pretty crazy that he managed to pull that off. At the same time, so she's shadow cloaked out. I make sure to get back in line of sight of my healers. The pillar was in my way. The pillar goes down, so I don't have to worry about that anymore, so I turn around. We've got their Emma pretty low, and their healers are distracted from Star-Lord. So both me and Emma go hard onto their Emma. I hit her with a vulnerable into smash. She goes for a throat slam, and we managed to pick her up, but I also go down. This is to a double headshot coming out of Winter Soldier here. And I remember this hitting me. I think it was 2 headshots out of Winter Soldier and a hit at a Namor all at the same time. I get bursted down, but we took down Emma. Star-Lord's still chasing Rocket, and Rocket is not being able to be very effective for his team throughout this. Our team is bulked up, which is a little bit rough. So Loki goes down. Again, Loki Lamps got used way too early on and then didn't have it in a moment that we needed it. If we look at the start of this fight, I'm really curious because we noticed this Loki lamped a lot when we were playing this match. So 2 things down, takes a big hit, takes another hit, gets really low, and then lamps. They had already broken line of sight from danger. The other healer was coming in. They just panic lamped because they took 2 big hits. But why did they take 2 big hits? I don't know. They... set up a clone, set up a clone, go invisible, and then walk past. No tank has entered into the fray yet. They walk up, take 2 hits, and yeah, there was already healing on them, and they broke line of sight from danger. They didn't need to lamp here, and then because they lamped there, they didn't have it at the critical moment when they needed it. I go down here. They don't have lamps here while everybody's grouped up in low HP, and then they die. So now we're down a healer. We got only Rocket keeping our team up. Star-Lord's just manages to die there. And does he get rezzed? I think the beacon came down late. The beacon came down late. Moon Knight's been farming his ultimate, so he drops the moon, but they're able to disengage out of it. We do get a pickup onto Winter Soldier there. All of this happening while I'm not here. I'm not doing anything here. It was an okay moon to distract them and get them off point. We still haven't actually captured it, so I would say it was probably a waste. It didn't do enough to get us the point. It got a kill, but just getting a kill isn't enough in this game. That's huge. Killing Namor here at this point with Winter Soldier dead, now that's really big because now they have no damage dealers, right? Two healers and a tank on point and another tank off point. I'm just playing Thing now to disrupt this Angela. So I hit her with a vulnerability, but she managed to get away from me. Because she had to disengage, I was able to turn around and come back in on this, get a knock up into vulnerable onto Magneto, and we pick him up. I don't like to go too ham here, so where these guys are going really, really ham, we don't have full control over this stuff. And so I'm staying back, and I'm like, I know Angela's around, and I'm just going to hang out near people and look around for her. So you'll see me kind of poking my head around looking for Angela. Moon Knight got way too far forward and got himself in a lot of trouble. The strategists weren't with him. So I come in to try and get Emma the support that she needs. I hear Angela, so I come charging back and slam down on her. My whole job is Angela in this match, so I'm just chasing her away, trying to defly her. She's one of the hardest ones to defly because the dash still works when she's been deflown. Amplifier comes down. We need to disengage. We lose Rocket, so it's just full-on disengage here. That's kind of some of the things that I'm talking about. I immediately identified healer ultimate. We lost a healer. We need to get out. Emma didn't get out nearly as well, and then Loki's going to die here, so I'm going to stay back and stay healing. That's what I'm trying to work on a lot more, is not leaving myself in really bad positions. Yo, Zion. Thanks for the follow. So now we're waiting back here. We're not going in because there's no reason to. We're down enough people that it would just be dangerous to do so. So we're just going to chill out here and wait for our team. Angela comes in for a capture. We just keep trying to shut her down and stopping her from capturing people. We get the disengage on and save that teammate, but we lose Moon Knight right away here. So Moon Knight is going for damage that he doesn't need to go for. This is a big habit of players as well. Like, oh, I need to be dealing damage. What is a couple of Moon Knight shots going to do here? If he had disengaged, gone around and ambushed somebody, sure. But what he's doing here just is not working. He's just shooting for the sake of shooting. We all disengage. He doesn't. He tries to go for some damage, and he gets himself killed. So now we're in a 5v6 again, and we have to back up a little bit more. I keep hearing Angela, and I'm trying to figure out where she's at. So I come back after figuring out what corner she's coming around. We got the res from the res beacon, which I think helps a lot here. Keep just trying to chase Angela away. It's hard to get the kill on her, but the thing is about just trying to make sure your team survives. Moon Knight goes for an ambush play. He doesn't succeed here, but disrupts their firing line. What were the bans? Hawkeye, Hela from us, or from them, and then we banned both Invisible Woman and Gambit. This is why the healer setup is a little bit wild in this fight, is that the primary two healers are gone, so Loki, Rocket, Cloak and Dagger are going to become a lot more common here. A lot less people are playing Luna Snow right now, which is interesting. So he drops the moon back here, but he doesn't have the Ankh to back it up, I don't think. He doesn't. So that's a big thing on Moon Knight. If you're going to ult, make sure you have an Ankh. And I think he had just used his Ankh earlier, so it's just a couple of seconds away. We look at his cooldowns. He goes up here. He tries to do an Ankh play. It worked really well. They shadow cloaked out of it. Just unfortunate that he was in the shadow cloak. He was already in cloak phase to be able to get out. And then he goes for an ultimate here while he doesn't have an Ankh to pull people in. So now this ult is just walkoutable. Everybody gets out of it really easily. And it doesn't end up helping our team at all. The position of it is really strange. And then, yeah, he just didn't have a Ankh to help secure a kill. You're that Loki with no support ult to copy, right? Yeah. Could only copy Rocket Ultimate or Cloak and Dagger from the enemy team. So that Moon Knight really messed up both of those things there. We're getting chunked pretty hard, but Emma goes for her ultimate, and we get lamps. So lamps come down, get me immediately back up to full health, and Emma goes in for her ultimate. I again hear Angela, and my job is Angela. So I turn around, and I'm just going to bully Angela, stop her from doing what she wants to do. She manages to get away. She's so sneaky. Emma, through all this, didn't really pay attention to the support that she got. They'll just not play Loki when you don't have a Gambit? Probably. I mean, Loki's decent right now, but yeah, playing a different healer would have been a good option from this. I want to see this. I want to see what Emma did. She's not paying any attention at all to Angela throughout all of this. So here's where the lamps come down and Emma ults. Emma's really confident that her ultimate is going to be a game changer in this situation. But her entire team is just disengaged, right? Low health disengaged, super disengaged. Healers are paying attention to Angela. And she jumps forward out of line of sight of one of the healers. And lamps have just been used, and she's going in here. So Loki does try to back her up. The amplifier comes out, but she breaks line of sight from the amplifier. So she's lost the state of the game. If she stayed in amplifier range, she could have probably stayed alive here, but breaking out of line of sight of the amplifier and the ultimate coming out from Cloak, which is actually interesting. You shouldn't be able to ult if Emma's on you with her ultimate. So again, Emma's ult comes out here. Cloak is behind this pillar. Ult comes out. It's hitting her. But she turned. So she turned too much of her attention away from the only support ult that would have stopped her. And that's something you can't be doing. Though a big part of the Emma ult is that the enemy team can't use their ultimates if you're ulting and hitting them with it. As long as they're taking damage from their ult, your ult, they can't ultimate. So she ults here, and she's focused in on trying to get the kill here. This juicy low HP Winter Soldier here stops her from noticing Cloak and Dagger. And so now she loses the angle on Cloak. She's going forward instead of backing up. You want to back up to get a wider range on your ultimate here. And then you want to keep your sights on the healers. Going and focusing in on this, she's really going for the kill, but now the Cloak and Dagger ultimate comes in. This is a one-team fight if she focused on Cloak and stopped Cloak from ulting, but instead she focused on Winter Soldier. She breaks line of sight from the Rocket ultimate. Now she's not receiving any of the support that she needs to be. The Rocket ult is still going on here, but look how far away from it she is, and she pulls both healers around a corner. There was no Loki clones that could heal her when she went around that corner, and Rocket wasn't in a good position to be able to support her. So they try and get on her, and she goes down. We've managed to get Angela out of the fight in really low HP, but there's a healing ultimate on the ground that should be able to restore her pretty quickly. So we can see in the timeline that we just kind of get wiped up here. A whale comes in, we lose Rocket, we lose me, and everything's just gonna kind of fall apart there. These people stay alive too long. She ults. Oh, so this is another major problem. They control the point. Your entire team is dead. She's just ulting to survive, and that's a dumb decision. Don't ult to survive, ult for game-making potential. So she ults in here alone, doesn't have any support, and the pillar does eat the meteor. We lose Moon Knight way over here. Now we got Phoenix and Cloak on point. There's 0 kill potential from them, or there should be. And we wasted a healing ultimate. Loki comes in and lamps during the healing ultimate. I think the healing ultimate had just ended, or was just ending. Was the lamps necessary? No, no, it wasn't. The lamp for no reason, now wasted lamps. That whole thing was Loki, of course, not Cloak and Dagger on our side. She's in trouble. She tries to fly out. I'm now going to jump in to try and save what I can, but we lose Phoenix. And again, we're just going to lose another team fight here. I'm like, no, thank you. I'm not about that life. Disengage back, put down a field, try and protect Rocket from Angela, and hope that our team can get a reset here. We need another reset to be able to get in and get the point. They're at 76%. Went a little too far.
Keep fighting until we have a
So,
winner.
we managed to group up. We're up in the front here. Angela comes in. I defly her and make her vulnerable. I'm just so focused on shutting that down. Again, Emma's not paying any attention to the state of the game with Angela. So it goes in really, really deep. We got a little bit of support from her. Loki's focused on her, and Squirrel Girl's focused on her, but Rocket is not. And she's just going ham in. I'm just constantly trying to deal with this Angela life. She's super frustrating because she gets away all the time. I don't even know where she went. I can't even see her. But our team's gone in for some action. So we get lamps early again. It does end up helping quite a bit. Squirrel Girl gets a kill on Rocket, which is big. The Rocket Amplifier is out, though.
You'll have to keep fighting.
Squirrel Girl gets a kill on Cloak and Dagger, who managed to break line of sight from the Amplifier. We can see the death outside of the Pillar's range. The Pillar really messes you up with the Rocket ultimate. We can get some damage in. I'm just trying to jump around and make people vulnerable. Punch him out. I'm like, he's not a threat at this point. I need to focus. I have so many people on him. He has no healers. He's not going to be an issue. I need to make sure this guy also falls and doesn't get out of the fight. So we shut him down and we get control of the fight.
Control lost.
The enemy team comes back and wins this. So Emma, again, really likes to play up front. This is a fine spot to be if your team's working with that. I'm back here dealing with Angela. This is questionable. We've seen that was the Moon Knight originally, now playing Squirrel Girl, doing some questionable things. Angela is constantly trying to harass people, so I'm coming in to support. Loki drops lamps again. This player drops lamps way too often. I already had support on them. They should have been fine. We don't have lamps to then save Emma. Squirrel Girl in super dangerous position, lands down in the middle of the enemy team. Loki dies. So the early lamps mean that, and the lamps instantly getting destroyed was problematic. I think it's just, they keep taking so much damage that they don't need to be taking. Then Angela landed on them and they immediately lamped. The lamps just get destroyed. Now we don't have any lamps or Loki clones. And she gets taken out. And then this is just a bit of a wash. I think we get a portal play. And then it ends up not working.
Control seized. You'll have to keep fighting until we have
Yeah,
a
so
winner.
there's the portal. Ooh. Bad portal. Opened it up facing in out to the enemy team instead of away from the enemy team. We talked about that in the last one, where you want to open your portals facing backwards and using it for line of sight. That's me dying at the end of that fight. That was the stall that we needed, right? It is overtime here, so disengaging doesn't make any sense. I needed to stay on point
Until we have a winner.
and live as long as I could. So I'm just trying to do a big stun there, get them messed up, and save myself. I managed to die before the stun really takes effect, which sucked, but the portal opens. They need to quickly turn and face it the other way. Instead, everybody comes pouring out. Loki immediately... Oh, so does Loki have lamps? Does. Does. Does not. 5 seconds left on lamps. So they still had lamps down from dying. That Really good ultimate that, again, if this was faced the other way, we could have used it for the line of sight to be able to not get hit by that whale, but instead Loki just instantly dies. Everybody's having to jump through, and then we want to go to the other side of it, so you're kind of seeing as we come out, we try and go around the back, but just too much coming out, and we get eviscerated. Eviscerated. Now we're going to come up to the second game. Angela wasn't switching off at all and was staying on that character, and I was doing as much as I could to kind of shut her down. For some reason, our Namor goes down to her, which is not ideal. Namor should be able to get away from her pretty easily. We managed to take her down, so now they're down a tank, we're down Namor. He's already respawned due to the rocket beacon, and Angela respawns due to their rocket beacon. So nothing... End result, beacons are down, and we've lost lamps. So he died, but he gets immediately res right here. I'm going to go in on her, chase her around. Strange is doing a good job of blocking the incoming damage, making sure that we can shut down the Angela. Manages to get healed up. I jump to him to protect him because he's low. Go for a charge on the enemy team. Backliners. Pulling attention towards myself, then jumping backwards. Pulling attention towards myself, then jumping backwards. Angela comes in and just wrecks me with a combo of Cloak and Dagger. Gets the Shadow Cloak on me, making me take increased damage. So I'm lowish health. Shadow Cloak comes out and hits me, and they just all hit me with a bunch of shots, and I go down. Then Angela goes really ham, kills Strange. Their amplifier dies, our amplifier goes out, and we turn it around. Our Phoenix gets a kill. The point still hasn't been controlled yet, so all of this is fight for the point. Angela goes down, and our team's in a pretty good spot. Kitten is up here in danger, but not going to find himself a health pack yet. There he goes. Finally figures it out and goes and tries to get himself some support. The ult coming out of Winter Soldier does a lot of work for their team. Shame. So Angela, I'm beating her up. She's running away. And I just charge after her. That's what this is. I charge after her, slam down on the enemy team. My team is starting to pour through this point, and I have confidence that I can give enough disruption and power into this to help out. So immediately, eyes focus in on the isolated support. And I go for a big ultimate. I do catch both supports. So I had my ultimate ready, and I was just looking for an opportunity to jump into the enemy team and ult. So slam down, no opportunities to ultimate. This pillar's in the way. Go around the pillar, and then go for a big ult. Hit one, hit two. Bubble on her, so I first punch her. Meg bubbles her. I then turn and go for rocket. Now he's not going to be able to get any support. Punch him down, and now we're at the support advantage. Big Whale and Eye of Agamotto. Whale gets blocked from him, but does manage to hit her. But Strange doesn't go for her. She does end up going down, fortunately, from Namor focusing in on her, but Strange could have done a better job there. He's now going to get picked off. A big ultimate coming out of Angela for that. I'm now locked into this ultimate. There's not a lot I can do, and I'm going to get taken down. But our team cleans up this fight. So kills on Winter Soldier, kills on Magneto. Angela has to kind of give up. They still have control of the point. So we finally get control of the point here. Namor tried to do something there to slow us down, but it wasn't going to be particularly valuable. He starts to disengage, and he does get away. He does get away. They're going to come in and win another match. How does this all go down? What are we doing wrong? So he's got himself alone and in trouble fighting Angela again. We try and support him. I've gotten Shadow Cloaked. The enemy cloak comes in with an ultimate, puts down a Shadow Cloak. We match with an ultimate. Whale comes down and crushes onto our Rocket. So we double support ulted, and then the Rocket ultimate didn't save our Rocket from the Whale. So one goes down, and then the other's gonna go down. And we get in a lot of trouble. Dead. So double support ults and then standing in the middle of the Whale really led to a lot of problems. Our team is grouped up. I charge in. Do I have my ultimate? No, I'm playing like I have my ultimate. I played dumb. I played really dumb. I got myself killed. A big Whale crushes into them, and we managed to pick up 2 before the Rocket Amplifier can start healing them. Luna's ultimate comes out again. That time from Loki.
Do your worst.
Going over to the triple heals ends up helping a lot here. Eye of Agamotto is big. He gets a healer. He gets Magneto. We then clean that up. I'm finally back in the fight. Whale for no reason. Doesn't get them anything. And another fight over here. Angela, I go jumping for her, make her vulnerable, chase her off. She comes back. I lose track of her. I lost track of her coming back. I have my ultimate, so I leap to an ally, give them defenses, face into the entire enemy team, and go for an ult. Only picking up 1. They had a really good reaction to me doing this, and I wasn't quick enough on the ultimate. I was looking for an ult chance, didn't get one. Shut down or push Angela away. I'm like, okay, now I got my ult again. I got to jump. He jumps in. I get in there, leap to him, leap, slam. He goes up, he gets out, he dashes, he ults. Lots of saving, but I managed to get a little bit of attention, and I managed to get their healers pushed out, which gets us a kill.
Your attacks are futile.
But he gets rest. Angela tried to kill the beacon alone. She didn't have the support to be able to do that and gets herself annihilated. Cloak and Dagger ultimates. Now they got a Cloak ult.
More damage.
We're focused in on her, trying to just kill her. If we can get enough damage on her, we should be able to, but she escapes.
By the
Eye of Agamotto again, comes in, gets both healers, quick cleanup, and that's going to be that match. We just have to clean up. A Strange Portal comes in, we kill, so both their supports are dead. Namor's dead, Magneto's dead. Strange Portal comes in at the overtime moment. They both jump through. Emma and Strange they go with, and they try and live as long as they can, but they're both going to die before any of the healers can respawn. Namor comes out completely alone and dies as well. Then the healers are going to kind of stall, cry, and don't get anything. Had to try for the ult, or for the portal he felt like, but didn't have enough people alive to make it work. And then just lost person after person after person. I'm constantly trying to jump in and make the enemy tanks vulnerable when they might not be ready for it. Trying to put vulnerability on tanks so that they take a surprising amount of damage. So that pop onto Magneto there, make him vulnerable as my team focuses on him, and he goes down faster than their team is ready for. At the same time, we lose our Rocket, but a big Whale comes in, so we try and make a play into that. We dive into a Emma ultimate and get ourselves killed. So we'll watch this. Magneto isolates himself from the team. We have a healer ultimate. We're in no danger of dying, so I'm like, okay, Magneto, jump to, make him vulnerable. He doesn't have the team support, and we're able to kill him. Rocket should have dashed this way to safety. He instead dashed towards our team, and that ends up getting him killed. Big Whale comes out, and we try and make the play into it because that crushes down, but there's the ultimate and the Double ultimates coming out, and that's just so much damage. Watch my health just get annihilated from all of that damage coming out. And they manage to beat us here pretty handily. This is a stall ultimate. We do control the point, so it's okay to do a bit of a stall ultimate. Good Magneto ult manages to pick up a kill that should have been blocked by the Strange ultimate. Just went over it, and they get the kill. Rocket wastes his beacon, and now we don't have a respawn. I'm like, no, we're not going in on this. We don't have the people. We must wait. Somebody gets a little bit too ambitious here. Ultron. Ultron's probably just not getting attention that he needs. He goes down quick. He ults, goes for an ult play, but nobody's healing him. And we just focus some ranged attacks and take him out, mostly coming out of Namor. I've found a rocket, jump in, make him vulnerable, punch him, chase him off of the fight. We lose our rocket, who is really out of position. Ultimate coming out of Punisher gets me killed. But an Eye of Agamotto onto the enemy team as they're all grouped up there. Huge coming out of Strange. And that cleans up the entire fight for us. Crazy, crazy. So, hard to keep track of everything that's going on. So, Ultron does his ultimate. I do an ult. I only catch Emma. And then he ults to try and save her. Big damage coming out of him. But focused attention comes out of our squids and our Namor. And just chunks him out of the fight. This ultimate allows us to stay alive. And matches the ult from Namor. But Rocket's really out of position. He's too confident in the healing that he's getting from his ultimate. And I think he goes for maybe some kill pressure or something. What is he doing? Over here, his ultimate's up. He charges really far forward. The ultimate dies immediately, and he just doesn't have any support. There's a ultimate coming out of Punisher, and he just gets melted to the Punisher ultimate. I'm hearing the Punisher ultimate. I'm like, we need to try and distract him. So I go for a charge and try and run around him. I got stuck on this tree stump and got distracted and get melted. But fortunately, this comes in and saves the day and gets that win for us. Enemy Cloak and Dagger ultimates to start the fight. That's a really thing you shouldn't do very often. You should only do that if you're absolutely incapable of breaking through the enemy lines. They are not. They're super staggered. People way outside of range. This ultimate is really, really bad. Forces their team to play on the offensive. Everybody comes in. Hi there. Arner talk.
Anything could hurt.
We back away a little bit. I've switched over to Magneto. What's her face? Angela got off Angela, and I was like, okay, I don't need to play Thing now. I can go back to Magneto. I can go over to Magneto. So I'm trying to protect our backlines. I'm using my bubbles and my body to protect them. I lost track of this here somehow. How did I lose track of that? Go in
Your
on
goddess
me.
is suffering.
So I'm going for the cloak. Cloak ults. It's not a good ultimate. It's not the worst ultimate by any means, but it's not a good ultimate.
Anything could hurt me.
Blocking damage coming. Magneto gets around me, but I'm focused a little bit too much on the healers here. I do manage to notice turn, but we've already lost our Luna. Lamps go down, but we're all out of it.
I outnumber you.
Their team's capture progress has
We kept talking about, like, why are you lamping like this? Like, what is your lamp
Let's
place?
keep
You are under my protection.
Just trying to bubble whoever's getting attention. Namor's our current win condition in this fight, so putting some pressure on him. We find the isolated out cloak. Because the enemy team went with this healer combo, I think is the main reason why they're failing here. So, yeah, there. I'm just trying to keep track of what's going down here.
Anything could hurt me.
Because we lost Oh no, we killed their Punisher. We lose our Luna, but we killed their Punisher.
Anything could hurt me.
How does that all go down? Luna's in trouble here. She's really low. She got caught on the tree stump that she tried to go over and got a little bit beat up. Yo, it's Nick. Healers are trying to keep her alive. Loki, not so much, just Rocket. Punisher goes in for some action, manages to get the kill on her, and just explodes. Explosion out of Strange E at the same time as a headshot and all of this squid damage just nukes their Punisher. I'm backed off trying to make sure to help the healers because we've lost one. It's all good, friend.
Your team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
So I'm noticing he's getting very aggressive and he's getting some attention onto him. He goes to about half, so I'm going to be putting a bubble on him there. Ultron's super low. Rocket's not paying any attention to him, and he just gets rocked. So now they're down Punisher and they're down Rocket, and our Luna got res from the res beacon, so we're at a big advantage. They got one person respawning in base. They have one person dead. And she now has no healers. Rocket escapes. She's got no healers, so we all just kind of go, this is the time for her to die. Take her down. An ultimate comes out of her. It's not a very good ultimate, again, just because they don't have the... It's not going to do anything for them. We have a Strange to block most of it. They don't have anybody to take advantage of the combo. There's nobody buffing her damage, so she just completely wastes this ultimate. Punisher dies again. Just in a 1v1 versus our Namor. Where does that go down? Because me and Namor killed that guy. Namor goes chasing Rocket. As Rocket tries to escape, that's when we're killing the Luna. We're paying attention to this. Rocket fully gets out. That's a really good hit. That was a headshot hit for sure. The Punisher's coming out. Rocket's running away here. He just gets around the corner. The squid doesn't manage to get him. But Punisher's coming out here, and Namor's coming around the side, and you just see boom, boom, boom. Oh, it wasn't even a headshot. Just a hit and a squid shot. Hit, right click, dead. Now they're down a member again. Rocket's up here. Got himself to about half. Has to give up space because of all the attention on him. Namor's really gunning for him. Keeps trying to figure out where he's at. That isolates out the healer, or scares away the healer, isolates out the tanks. So he goes down, she goes down, and now they're down 2 people again. And we keep having this state for a while there. We could kind of see where it was like, we got some people, they got back, we got some picks, we got some picks, we got some picks. This is a lot of staggered picks. Comes around. Did we win this one or did we lose this one? I don't remember. I might have grabbed a loss. This is us double support ulting again. We kept double support ulting. We had 3 ults, so that's okay-ish, but Rocket Amplifier goes down, starts saving people. Lamps go out and get everybody buffed up. We still have the Rocket Amp when Luna ults? I guess so. Yeah, he got low. She panicked ult. We still have the Rocket Amp.
Your attacks are futile.
Enemy ults. Jeff. Yeah, I think we lose. How did this all go? We got him super low.
Your attacks are futile.
So then theirs comes out. Ours is in damage amp mode instead of healing mode. And she just gets chunked out. Was in the wrong mode, didn't hit the button, and then we lose a person. Really, the clean cloak ultimate stops her from dying to my... Or Shadow Cloak stops her to dying from my meatball. And this is just stagger the rest of the fight. Yeah. we were doing a pretty good job of often managing to regroup and go in, playing some tight matches. This is a really long final point, right? 99 to 99. Keep making those plays. We kill Jeff there. I think what happened here, right, Loki gets to 100, but can't find a target to ultimate. So we just needed to pick up these two. The portal comes out, and Loki needs to ult here. Rocket Amplifier is still up. So if he just turned and got an ultimate off, he's trying to find him, and he couldn't keep track of him. Rocket ran away too far, and then Loki dies. Even facing... Oof. Oof. So having the Loki ultimate here.
Again!
Render me assistance.
Lamps.
You have my gratitude.
It must be strangers do.
Portal opens. He's facing Rocket. He's facing the other Rocket. Either of those he could have pressed Q on. He goes invisible to get away. He's trying to find Rocket. Can't find Rocket. Makes himself visible again. Turns and kind of gets a couple of shots off. Now in front of the entire enemy team with an enemy amplifier. Just can't find the target and gets wiped out. The problem was that the team was like screaming at them to ultimate, and I think it put them into a panic state. I remember this was screaming in the voice comms like, "Why aren't you ulting?" And they were like, "Well, I'm trying. Who can I ult?" So I think they started screaming like now, like ult, and they're like, where, what? Rocket's too far gone. They can't find anything, and they get themselves killed. The enemy team has their rocket ult amplifier up.
Just like my sister to leave when we need her most.
I don't know if that ult would have made the difference there. Oh, we did get a portal. No, they got a portal. That's there. Yeah. Rough game. We did end up losing that one. There was quite a bit of weirdness going on with the healers and a lot of over-aggression that we saw from both sides. But you can always do a little bit better. That's all we got for the stream today. I got to go do some work. So thank you guys for hanging out, and we'll catch you guys next time.